I've been playing Marvel Rivals. I've actually been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. As an Overwatch old head, there's been a lot of hero shooters that have come out over the years. Nothing that's really scratched the similar itch that Overwatch gives me. When I saw the Marvel Rivals beta, I was really interested, but I didn't get in, so that sucked. Now that I've actually been able to play it, I can say that I think it actually has sauce. I think it has the sauce. Now, it being franchised with Marvel definitely lifts it up a bit and gives it a lot more exposure, but the fundamentals of the gameplay and this launch roster is actually pretty solid. With this hero shooter, we have a 6v6 format, similar roles to Overwatch with there being tanks, DPS characters, and healers. I've been playing a lot of this game, just learning all the characters, and obviously there is a bit of a honeymoon phase right now because everyone is still learning and there's no like really set meta since there is so many characters. Marvel Rivals launched with 33 characters, and the best part is you don't have to actually unlock them. You just play the game and you have all the characters, which is pretty fucking dope. I think for the most part, the visual style of this game is amazing. They went all out with like the MVP and intro animations. I think this kind of cartoony style fits really well, and I love how the characters look. The artistic style is really good. The skills on these characters are translated in a pretty interesting way. Even some characters that I thought were kind of lackluster, like maybe some of the tanks like Hulk or Doctor Strange, are a little bit more interesting than I thought once you like actually learn more about the nuances to each of their abilities. I am an Overwatch old head. I played the Overwatch beta on my shitty ass laptop when I was like 16. I definitely have a love-hate relationship with Overwatch. I did have a lot of fun playing it, but since the launch of Overwatch 2, I haven't really enjoyed a lot of the characters they've put out other than like maybe Kiriko. And if you want my competitive takes on Overwatch, I have no fucking idea. Marvel Rivals, it is a third-person game. I do think it actually has sauce. The optimization could be done up a little bit, and also the closest server to me is Oregon, and as a West Coast server enjoyer, that's not good because I get like over 100 ping in Oregon, so that fucking sucks. But other than that, I think a lot of the heroes are just really interesting and fun to play. The fact that it's Marvel branded, you know, as much as I don't watch Marvel movies as much anymore, I will say that there is like a soft spot in my heart for like some of the classic heroes like Captain America, Spider-Man, even though he's really hard, or Wolverine, even though he kind of sucks. And I'm waiting for Doom to get added because that would be fucking sick. But there's so much potential for more characters to get added. I think it opens up to a lot of new players, like not necessarily people that would have picked up Overwatch or maybe played multiplayer shooters. I do think it's a lot more casual focused. Now we are at the beginning, like first couple weeks of the game, so that could easily change in a little bit. I mean, I already see people complaining about, oh, all my team are DPS, or oh, I always have the solo kill or whatever, and like I just don't know why people are that worried about it yet if you're not playing ranked. Or like asking for role queue when we don't even have like even like stable meta that I'm aware of. I don't really know about high ranks because I don't really give a shit. But I think people are just enjoying the game right now, which is it's a beautiful thing. You shouldn't try to like restrict team compositions like that. Because another thing this game has is team up abilities. You get bonuses for playing certain characters together, and I think there's a lot of potential to actually change this and enable different kinds of, you know, team compositions, whether that be a solo tank or two tanks. With these team ups, you get different abilities, different stat buffs, and you know, it's cool to like mix and match this like Marvel Ultimate Alliance style system. I just think that's fucking sick that Hulk can throw Wolverine. Like, come on now. That's epic. So I don't necessarily agree with a lot of sentiment I've been seeing, like talking about role queue. Yeah, it sucks to, you know, be in quick play and have you know, like 4 or 5 DPS, but I mean, at that point you just have shitty teammates. As always with these team focused games, it feels really bad when you have bad teammates and they don't want to work together. But I think the trade-off is when you get a good team, or you got a pre-made and you're working together using your abilities in conjunction with each other's cooldowns and doing all that shit, it feels really good, and I think it's worth the trade-off. This isn't really a problem that's existed in ranked for me. Quote unquote non-traditional or non-2 tank, 2 DPS, 2 heal compositions actually work. Personally, I've run 1 tank, 3 DPS, 2 heal. I've run 3 DPS, 3 heal before. The supports in this game are like absolutely insane. I don't know if any of them can necessarily solo heal, but they are really strong and have a lot of kill potential. I do think the roster from Marvel Rivals is really good. People are always going to lean more towards DPS because in this kind of game, people want to kill. They want to see the little KO thing pop up on the side, and I get it. I really do. It doesn't help that most of the characters are DPS, and you know, they're differentiated between like maybe dives or maybe pokes. But yeah, most of the characters are DPS, which, you know, could be leaning into this problem a little bit. You can definitely see some inspired abilities from hero shooters like, oh, guy with the shield, or ultimate AoE killing, or ultimate AoE healing. The hero shooter staples. For the most part, the characters' abilities are actually fun to learn and like some new stuff I haven't really seen before. Characters like Black Panther or Magic have a lot of like combos and interesting like play lines, and you know, they're seemingly a lot more intricate than just reading over their like abilities is. You do have a lot simpler characters like Punisher, who really is just like a guy with a bunch of guns, but he still like has some interesting things. He has a grappling hook, he has a weird little smoke jump. His shotgun like surprisingly eats tanks and catches people off guard, and he has a passive like wall hack little thing. Like even the gun character that a lot of these hero shooters have are, you know, pretty interesting. Winter Soldier is crazy fun. He gets a bunch of resets off his ult. He's got a little hook with a lot of tech you can do with that. All his abilities reload his 3-shot pistol. I mean, I just think there's actually so much sauce with the character kits in this game. I've been having so much fun. I've even been having fun playing tank in this game, honestly. My go-to right now are characters like Thor and Captain America, but I would agree with people saying that we need probably more tanks. Thor has been the most fun for me because actually balancing his resources on his abilities is pretty interesting, and I've been having a lot of success with them. So I do think the tank role has a little bit of room to grow. They can do a lot of damage, but their abilities aren't necessarily as fun as some of the DPS characters. Supports having one less character than tanks, I think, are actually pretty varied. When I was first trying all these guys, I was like, these are all broken, these are overpowered, these are crazy. And you know, maybe that can limit some design space in the future, but as of right now, I really don't mind playing support at all. You have a cool idea of duo cooldowns with Cloak and Dagger. I think that's really cool, and they're like super fun to play. Mantis has to juggle buffs and all that. Loki tosses out clones and dupes abilities. Adam Warlock, crazy laser guy. Jeff. I guess my main takeaway is that as a launch, as a free-to-play multiplayer launch, I think it's been extremely solid and a lot of fun. I'm actually pretty excited for the future of this game. It is technically Season 0. We'll probably see around Season 1 like what their release cadence will be. There's a lot of leaked characters already. I'm kind of interested to see how fast they'll release characters and how willing they are to change old characters or maybe even rework certain abilities. You know, Overwatch is nearly a decade old at this point, and a lot of those characters had their kits changed entirely over the years, even between 1 and 2. So I could see it happening for this game as well. A quick note on monetization, I think it's pretty solid. All the characters are free, so the rest of it is like, who gives a fuck? The art style for this game in general is just really solid and nice to look at. The pricing is kind of like Fortnite. It's just like less customization, and also of course it's only for one character, but the battle pass seems pretty solid. It follows like a similar system to Halo Infinite, where if you buy it you can progress it in the future, which is pretty nice. You don't get flat progression for just playing. You have to do missions and dailies, which is a little unfortunate. I don't think it's the end of the world like some people are saying. Some of the missions are a bit dumb, like team up missions requiring other players to play certain missions for you to progress. But looking at it, I think completing a battle pass is really doable. Just doing like missions and stuff, but you know, we'll see. This could easily change in the future and be made a lot worse or maybe better. Battle passes giving you currency back and staying indefinitely, a huge W. It's a huge W. There's also a lot of interesting lore in this game that I haven't really dove into it all. They seem to be really going all out and like crafting their own like story within this game. There's some dialogue referencing like the current season and stuff like that. I haven't really delved into that, so I don't really know. But for the most part, if you liked Overwatch back then, or maybe even now, I think you would probably like Marvel Rivals a lot. I've been enjoying it. I mean, I haven't played Overwatch in a minute. I'm really enjoying Marvel Rivals right now. I hope that Glaze sesh was enjoyable. I got a couple videos cooking, probably a big old Binding of Isaac video in January and some end of year lists as always. But if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, leave a funny comment, and have a great day. Bye.